What's good, PD peeps? Thank you for joining me for another live stream. Now, first thing I want to do is break down what's going to happen today so you know where I'm going and where the heck I'm at. So, for those of you who don't know, Cyberlink updated some of the features of the PowerDirector mobile app, and there's new content, new features, and they did that update back in December. So, I'm going to start off by running you through some of these feature updates, and then I'm going to give you my opinion of how I feel about it, in my humble opinion type stuff. IMHO. So, once I'm done, I'll go ahead and read through some of the comments in the chat. Now, keep in mind, I'm doing a lot of talking right now about the updates for the features and the content, so I'm going to have to get caught up with the chat. So, if you're leaving comments and things like that and I'm not responding, just wait until after I'm done with my little spiel. When I'm done with my little spiel, I'll go through all of the chat, or not all the chat, but most of the chat, get some of those questions responded to, some of those comments responded to, and then hopefully I'll get caught up to real time, and then we can have a real time conversation later on in the chat. So, everybody clear as mud? Let's get it done. All right. So, let's jump right in with the feature called denoise. So this feature is used to remove background noise from your videos. So if you tap on a clip, you can go ahead and then tap on the audio tool. And after you tap on that, you can tap on denoise. Now, you have a strength slider over here on the side. And I know there was a comment about the slider. I'm going to basically get down to that later on because the slider has got some issues. But anyway, the slider over here, and what I usually do is I'll move it up to 100 to the highest strength that it can go, and then you can just tap on back, and you can tap on back again, and you should be able to go ahead and play this back, and it'll play it to you with less noise. So I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's kind of far away from the mic, but just trying to get you an idea of how to do it. You can go ahead and test it with your own clips to see how good it is. I've done a tutorial on it already, so if you want to check out the tutorial, just look up how to remove background noise from your videos, and you can actually hear the difference that it makes when you add this denoise tool to your clips. So I'm going to just go ahead and go back and remove that denoise off of there. All right, so I think that the denoise tool is really good. If you have any ambient noise in your videos, or you know, the floor level of your sound isn't too good and you want to go ahead and fix that up, if you have like an echoey room, stuff like that, this is a great tool to use to kind of go ahead and knock out some of that nastiness from your audio and get it sounding so clear. All right, now next thing I wanted to talk about was the new fit and fill tool. So you go ahead and tap on a clip that you want to go ahead and use. Let's say we have something in portrait mode, and you see these black bars on the side of this video. If you want to get rid of those black bars, then you can use the fit and fill tool to go ahead and get that done. So go ahead and tap on this clip, and then we'll tap on fit and fill. And then we're going to start off by tapping on background. So here under background, you got some choices. You got blur, you got color, and you got pattern. So if we do blur, we'll see that it automatically adds the same clip behind it and adds a blur to it. So that's pretty cool. Then you got color. So if you tap on color, you have all these color choices here, and you can just pick a color and it'll put that color in your background for you. Change it up for you. So that's pretty cool. If you have a color in your video that you want to use, you can just tap on the eyedropper tool. And then you can drag the eyedropper over something. Let's say I want my skin tone. Hi, black is beautiful. Got some skin tone. All right, so I put my skin tone in there. So you can use the eyedropper tool to go ahead and add any color that you want. So if you ask me, I think this is a pretty cool little feature. Oh, you know what? I just want to show you one more. Pattern. So you got different patterns you can add. So you have to download these. Once you download it, it's available for you to use. If I tap on one that hasn't been downloaded, it'll download it, and now it adds it. Here's one that's already been downloaded, so it just adds it for me automatically. So if you ask me, I really like this tool. It gives you a lot of options of different ways to go ahead and fill in those black bars. on the side of your video or bottom or top, however you have it oriented. So this is very useful, makes it quick and easy to go ahead and fill out those screens. So if you have like something that you filmed in the portrait mode and then you want to add it to a 16:9 environment, like on YouTube, and you want it 16:9, then this is a great tool to go ahead and fill out all that space and you don't have black bars on your video. Now, if you're going to do Instagram and other things like that, you may not need this. You may just need the fill option. So if I go back and you hit fill, then it goes ahead and fills out the screen. So now instead of having a background or whatever, you have the whole screen filled, but you got to also make sure that you adjust it so that whatever you want is on the screen. So it would be cool if if you could pinch in like this and change it to how much you want to fill in the screen. So you have that option too. So it's a really cool tool to go ahead and just have different options to remove the black bars from your videos. So I'm going to tap back and I'll tap back again. So I like that feature. I think it's pretty dope. Now those are all the new features that they added. I also have a video on how to use the fit and fill feature, so you can check that out. It's called How to Remove the Black Bars from Your Videos. You can check that out and see a little bit more about how to use the tool. So that's it for the features. 2 new features, pretty slim pickings there, but it's all good. I think that this app makes a lot of great updates every time it does it. Every month that it makes updates, I think it adds some pretty useful stuff to it. Now, the other thing that it added was some actual titles. So titles are new content that it added. So basically it's not a feature of the program. It's just content that you can use for your videos. So there's like 10 new vintage titles. And these are the same titles that were added to the desktop version of PowerDirector, which is pretty cool that now they're actually kind of running things and doing similar changes to both versions of the program. They made the changes to the PC version in December, earlier in December, and these were made later in December for the mobile app. So if you want to see them, we could tap on the overlay icon. Then under titles, you have these ones that say new over here to the left, these 10 vintage titles. So if you tap on one of them and you hit the play button, you get a preview of what the title looks like. So there's plenty of them on here. I'm not going to go through all 10 of them, but you get the idea what they look like. Pretty much animated titles. You can change the text in all of these, make it your own. You can't really change any of the motions or any of the graphics in it, but you can change all of the text to make the text say exactly what you want it to say. So these are some pretty dope little titles in my book. I like them a lot. To me, they look really professional. They look pretty awesome to me. And I think that they will really add a lot of value to any of the videos that you make using PowerDirector. So pretty dope titles there. I like them a lot. And last thing that we got on here, we got 10 new transitions that were added. So these are also transitions that were added to the PC version earlier in the month. So if we go over to, let's hit back, you got your transition here in between these 2 clips. If I tap on that, then you'll see at the bottom of the screen there are some options for transitions. There's a transition set here called seamless. So if I tap on seamless, these are the 10 new ones that they added. So if we tap on one, then it'll go ahead and show a preview of what that transition does. Oh, it's all over the place right now. He's like, excuse me, that's too much. He didn't like that. So you get an idea of what all these different transitions can do. I think they're pretty good transitions. They're very dynamic. They actually add a lot of motion and, like, I guess, action to the video. Now, for me, I've never been a big proponent of using transitions in most of the stuff that I do. So if I make like weddings, uh, you know, documentaries, music videos, stuff like that. I don't use a lot of transitions. Now, if I make like a wedding video where they're like singing a song or something that's action packed or something like that, that they're all moving around dancing, I might do some transitions to go from one scene to another for something like that, because it would fit the content that I'm doing based on the song that's being done, you know, the energy in the video, things like that. And somebody brought up the other day also with the transitions, like depending on what type of show it is or what type of movie it is, maybe you might want to use transitions. For most of the work that I do, I don't use a lot of transitions. I use them, and if I do use them, I use them sparingly. I don't use them a lot throughout the whole video. So for me, transitions are cool. I'm going to download them every time I get them, make sure that I have them available to me, because I want them to be available in case I need them. I don't just say, I'm never using transitions, because that's not true. I'm going to use them sometime. I just don't like to use them a lot. So if I were to break down the entire update for this month, I'd say that it was pretty cool. Nothing mind-blowing, nothing too spectacular. The denoise tool is probably the biggest heavy hitter out of the whole thing, in my opinion. If you haven't done so, just make sure you check out that tutorial that I did on it to get the all the info on how to use the tool. The fit and fill tool, also pretty cool. I would say that if you're filming in portrait mode, or somebody filmed something in portrait mode and you didn't want it in portrait mode, you're doing a 16:9 video, then this is a great tool to help you really make the video fit the rest of the video, instead of having all of this stuff that's in landscape and then all of a sudden you have a scene that's in portrait and then you go back to landscape. This helps to fill it out and give you the feeling of continuity throughout your whole video that you're making. So if you need to use something to remove those black bars on the side, that's a great tool. Once again, check out my video on that. The titles, I thought the titles were dope. I told you that. I would use them. I think they're very professional, and I think that they fit a lot of different scenarios. So check those out, use them. Transitions, like I said at the end, they're pretty good, but I'm not big on transitions, but still they are useful in the right scenario. Go ahead and drop them in, use them sparingly. Don't overdo it. Never overdo it with your transitions. So with all that being said, what are some of the features that you want to see on the mobile app? What are some of the things that you want to see them update? What are some of the additions you want them to add? What are some of the things you don't like? Leave all that stuff in the chat, and we can go ahead and get into a conversation about those things. So first, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the chat real quick, and I'm going to switch up my camera first, and then I'll go ahead and pull up some of the comments in the chat, and we'll talk through them. Now, remember, I've been talking for like 13 minutes, so I got to get caught up with the chat. So if there's a lot of activity in the chat, I haven't seen it. This will be my first look at it. So I will go through some of those things. Let's have a little conversation. Hopefully I'll get caught up in real time, and then we can have a real time convo. So let's see where we're at. All right. So I got a few pages here to run through. So we're going to go way back to the beginning of the chat for you, those of you guys who didn't see this. I got upside of downsizing. Oh, got to make a fix here, people. It's not working how I want it to. Give me a few seconds. All right, cool. Should work now. And let's see how this goes. Now let's try that again. There you go. Upside of downsizing says a couple of suggestions to the software. The first would be the ability to set a default font. Second would be the ability to type in a value, for example, in the volume slider instead of using sliders. Upside of downsizing, I could not agree with you more, my friend. So first and foremost, the ability to set a default font would be dope. That way that just takes a step out of your workflow. You don't got to worry about it. If you know that on your projects, this is the font size that you use, or the specific font that you use every time, then you should be able to go ahead and make those a default and just roll with them every single time. That would be awesome if they added that feature. Second piece to that, you talked about that slider. Ooh, that nasty slider. That nasty slider. I wish you could type in the values that you put with the slider too. There are some times that you can add the values, but most of the time it's just about the slider. The slider is finicky, it's jumpy. Sometimes you try to get to an exact number and it jumps up or it jumps backward. If you barely touch it and move and it jumps to a whole new number. So that's kind of annoying. I would say a little annoying, but at the end of the day, we can only provide feedback to them to make sure that we go ahead and get these things done. Now, you're giving me feedback. I don't work for Cyberlink, but there is a way that you can give feedback every single time using the program. Let me show you how. So bring it back in the program here. So if you wanted to provide feedback to Cyberlink, like something you don't like, something that you want to see change, it's pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So if you go to settings, this cog over here on the right, you go and scroll all the way down here to FAQ and send feedback. Tap on that. It has all of this stuff on here, but then you're like, hey, I just want to send feedback. At the bottom, you just tap on send feedback. Boom. I hate the slider. Type that in. Of course, you got to be more specific, okay? Let's give them a little bit more information. But I hate the slider might be a good starting point. And then you just put your email address where it says email. You go ahead and tap on this little check mark on the top right-hand side, and booyaka. It's sent directly to Cyberlink, and you've given your feedback directly to them. So remember, go to FAQ and feedback, tap on send feedback, type it in, put your email address, bada bing, bada boom, bada bop. You're good. Now, also, you can go to rate this app. If you go to rate this app, there's also a section here, send feedback. Tap on send feedback. You're at the same screen. You can send feedback. So they're giving you some options here to go ahead and send feedback either through Rate This App or FAQ and send feedback. Don't forget to use those tools as much as you want, okay, people? You bought the program or you're paying for a subscription or whatever you did. You got the right to go ahead and send feedback. Leaving feedback, for me, it's all good. I like to talk about stuff with you. I'm definitely here to gab and jab and gab it up with you. But if you want Cyberlink to do something, you got to use that feature, people. It is there for you and your enjoyment. All of y'all who like to complain about stuff, complain away, okay? Just don't shoot the messenger. Look, I'm the messenger. I'm the messenger. Shoot Cyberlink, not me. All right. We good? We good? We good. Next. So the upside of downside, they also had another comment on here. He says, editing on a mobile device makes it difficult to get precise values when using the sliders. Yeah, that's kind of like what I told about a second ago. It's really hard. Like I said, the little movements with your finger, man, it just jumps. The slider will jump all over the place. All right, let's see what else we got. Andrew NJ. WK, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry, Andre. I don't know why I said Andrew. Andre NJ. WK. I'm figuring that's New Jersey. What's up, Andre? He says, how you doing? What's going on, Andre? Appreciate you, brothers. Thank you for stopping through on the live stream. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Not too many comments right now. Let's see. Frankie London. Hit me up with the... all the single editors, all the single editors, all the single editors. Okay, I don't know if y'all know any about that babe, that Beyonce, about that babe, but it's all good. Red Hot Reactions. Red Hot Reaction says, I am deeply upset PDM came to iPhone. I was one of the only true users. I hated iPhone. It was one of the only true reasons I hated iPhone. Well, I guess you can't hate iPhone anymore. I don't know. You can still hate it if you want to. I mean, because it has PD mobile, but you can still hate on it all you want to. They trying to make that cheddar. They trying to make that money, okay? They know that there's a large audience of Android users out there, and I think that they did a great job for Android. It was like, look, this is on Android only. Like, this is the unique little special thing. Android gets this app. Nobody else can have it. Just Android, baby. But then guess what? They said, we got to make some more of that cheddar cheese. And when it was time to make more money, they were like, hey, let's add this to iPhone. You know, iOS needs some love too. Tablets, phone, all of that. Let's make that money. And that's what they did. And it's a smart move. A smart business venture would have been for them to go ahead and branch out. And if they would have just stayed in Android, it would have added some exclusivity for the Android users out there. But you got to keep making money, baby. That's why they went. Look, let me tell you something. This app used to you could just buy this app before, right? And all the people who got in on the ground floor and just bought the app, they're in for life. Like any updates and stuff that happen, they get them for free. They have to do like a APK update, really, but they still have the full feature set with the app if they bought it before the subscription came out. But everybody who like waited for the subscription or changed over to the subscription, now they got to pay monthly. So this is another revenue income stream for them. This is how they make money, either adding it to different apps, changing it to a subscription-based model, whatever the case may be. They making money. That's what they're here for. I got Frankie London in the house again. What's up, Frankie? Frankie says, hope you had a great new year. I did, man. This has been a great year. Unfortunately, if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, when you talk about all the people, it hasn't been a great year. If you kind of measure it for everyone, I mean, a lot of crazy things been happening this year. I'm not going to get into all of the political and the health and all of that stuff, but we all know what's happening out there. We all have our own perspectives of it. So I respect your perspectives and your opinion. But for me, I feel like, you know, I'm waiting for us to get to that next part of this year. Hopefully at the end of the year or something where things get a little bit better. We'll see how it goes. But thank you, Frankie London. Appreciate you, brother. Hope your year is going fine too. All right. We got Meadow246 says, I just want to ask if I can go professional editing on PowerDirector, or do I need to switch? Like, does it have all the professional features? So it depends on what you want to do, right? It's not about like professional features. There are professional features. Let's say Adobe Premiere Pro. If you want to do like vectors, and if you want to do you know, speed ramping, and you want to do things that you need to for your project that is not in PowerDirector Mobile, then yeah, you need to switch your program. It's really about what you want to do and how you want your content to look and how you want it to come across to your viewers. If you are making like professional sports videos and you got all the tools that you need in PowerDirector Mobile to do that, then you're good. You can make a professional video using it. It depends on what you want to do, right? Rather than anything else. So in my opinion, it's about what you do with what you have, what you can do with the tools that you have at your disposal. If you, like for me, most of my stuff about being professional comes in pre-production, right? My lighting, my sound, how I'm setting up my shots, my storyboard, you know, my angles. Am I going to use, you know, how am I like using a rule of thirds on this scene? How am I shooting this scene? I mean, it's all types of things that I'm doing in pre-production, right? That I find are going to add more value to whether it's professional or not, right? I just don't go out there and press the record button and think I'm gonna end up with something professional, because I have to set up everything. Then I have my production, which is the actual shooting. And that's a whole nother element that I find that's very important as well to whether it's going to be professional or not. So at the action of executing on the shoot, right? I have my pre-production where I got all my stuff set up. Then I got my production where I'm doing everything that I need to do and making sure that I'm doing it right, making adjustments and tweaking things strategically or tactically, depending on what I'm doing. And then I got that post-production. So that's where PowerDirector comes in. So if I did all this stuff for my pre-production and my production, and I know exactly what I want to do and how I'm going to edit it, then when I get to post, for me, it don't matter what tool I use, right? Based on what I want, what I set up in my pre-production and my production. So that's me. There's a lot of people out there who don't agree with that. They're just like, well, you got to use, I don't know, Final Cut if you're a professional. You got to use Premiere if you're a professional. No, you don't. If you make a video that is right and you make it good and you put it out there and it's high quality, nobody's going to worry about like, hey, which program did you use? And if they do ask, my question to them would be, knowing what program I use, is that going to change the quality of the content that you're getting? Because I have had people ask me that before, just curious. And they weren't asking because they wanted to like, oh, I'm never going to use that because you made that with PowerDirector. They were just asking, wow, what did you use to edit this? And I tell them now, I was like, so let me just ask you a question. Does the program that I use to edit this video impact the quality of what you just saw? So when I show you my reel and you look at my videos, does this make you feel like it's any less than any other program out there? Because you can't tell, it's just a video. Watching a video or a movie or whatever, you can't tell what program was used to edit it. Unless it's like some complex stuff that you know, hey, that was complex. That was hard to do. That had to be done using Premiere. Yes, there are those examples out there. But for the most part, like if you're making weddings and music videos and stuff like that, ain't nobody, they won't even be able to tell the difference if you know what the heck you're doing. So like I said, pre-production, production are all important aspects of something being professional. It's just not the video editing program that you use. So that's just my opinion. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see. All right. So I'm like 22 minutes back in the comments. Just letting you guys know. I'm still trying to get caught up. So I guess this is M Mibs 2010 said, do you think the app will support LUTs one day? I don't know. I mean, and I'm thinking through this one because there's a few things that you got to think about. So the way that I look at this app, I'm just kind of like, man, there's a lot that it can do right now, right? And it really depends on your system on chip, which is your processor on your device. So the processor that you have on your device really drives what you can or can't do. So let me just change this back here real quick. Excuse me, my little screen decided to time out on me, but we know how devices are. So if your processor on your phone or your tablet is strong, then you can do a lot of stuff with it. But if not, you can't. Like chroma key. Like some people are like, hey, I can't use chroma key. Well, because your processor isn't powerful enough to go ahead and add layers and do all of the extra processing that the chroma keyer needs to do. And then some people are like, hey, I can't add as many layers as you. Once again, that's because your processor isn't powerful enough to go ahead and add all those layers, because each layer and each thing that you add takes up processing power on your device. And so it will make your app like laggy. It might even make it crash, whatever. So the reason why I'm bringing all that up is if you add LUTs are heavy on your processor. So if they add LUTs, like even in the PC version, some people add LUTs and it slows down their stuff so much because LUTs are heavy users of resources. So I don't know if they're going to add LUTs, because a LUT is going to add so much resource, I guess, absorption or whatever you want to call it. It's going to use up a lot of the resources. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll have to see. But it's still going to, just keep in mind, whatever they do, if they do add it, you got to have a good processor. And I would think that if they add LUTs, that it's going to decrease the amount of layers that you can use, because the LUTs take up so much of your resources. I got Damon Warren who popped in. What's up, Damon? He said, good morning. Nice surprise. Thanks. Yes, this is a lovely surprise. Lovely live stream surprise. I love it. I love it. And then Red Hot Reactions. What are LUTs? LUTs are lookup tables, and they basically allow you to add different levels of color grading to your scene. So if you want to bring up, I don't know, highlight, contrast, tint, whatever, they add different colors to your grading when you have a program or some clips on the timeline. And then Mito246, once again, which is better, PD Mobile or PC? I have both, so which is better for more professional editing? Like I said, I already answered this question. Really, to me, the answer stays the same. Depends on what features you're going to use. If you got features in the desktop version that you need to use for your videos, use that one. If you don't need those features and you can use mobile, it'll still be professional based on how you go about creating your videos and what you need to do in your video. Answer is pretty much the same. It's up to you. Like a lot of stuff, people will recognize that. One thing that I say is, I'm just one dude. You're just one dude. I can tell you my opinions all day long. Guess what? Opinions are like, you know what, a-holes. Everybody's got them, and everybody's going to be different. If there was one program that was better than the other, and then no one would have the other one, right? If you got, a lot of people have the PC version, a lot of people have the mobile version, a lot of people have both. They have them for their own scenarios and their own reasons, and they use them appropriately based on what their needs are. So I can't tell you what's the best this or what's better for that. Only you can tell you that. Because you know why you want to use it and what you're going to need, what you're not going to need. Only you know that stuff. Do your research, read up on your stuff, figure out what's best for you. All right. I got a MX P90DL. How you doing? How you doing? What's going on, MX P90DL? Nice to have you here for the live stream. Appreciate you dropping by. Good question, I guess. Let me check this out. I'm going to do a little something. Give me a second, people. 1 segundo, please. 1 segundo. Let's see. I'm still looking for something. Excuse me. Yep. Okay. That's a no-go. All right. So, Red Hot Reactions. Is it possible to put PIP videos into slow-mo? I can't find that option. If you can't find the options, it's not possible. I haven't found any way to do it for PIP videos. So, I mean, I think that if you wanted to, and what I would do if I were you, is I would go ahead and just open up a new project, put the clip that you want to be slow motion into the main track. So let's say like, let me just bring this back up for you real quick, because I'm that type of guy. I'm kind of nice like that. So if I wanted this clip to be slow motion, let's say this one wasn't even in here, and I would open up a new project and I'm like, I want this clip to be slow motion. Then I would just go ahead and open it up, tap on speed, make whatever adjustments I want, and then I would produce it, right? Produce it, save it on a device somewhere. Then if I wanted to bring it back in, then I would just go ahead, open up the other project that I had, you know, before I created this one. Then go ahead and go to the overlay track and add that clip to the overlay track that I just created the slow motion for. Get what I'm saying? You got your one project. You're like, hey, I want to add this to the overlay track. It's slow motion, but I can't. Save that project. Open up a new project. Bring in a clip that you want to slow down. Slow it down. Produce it. Go back to that first project. Add that slowed down track or clip to the overlay track. That's how I would do it. Sometimes you got to think these things through. You know, it's just is what it is. Sometimes you got to be creative with how you do things. If you need to get something done and it can't do it on its own, you got to think through, how would I do that? So it is what it is. All right. Let's see. Blue Hawk. Blue Hawk says, hi. What's up, Blue Hawk? Thank you for joining us, Blue Hawk. Let's see. I got Drees TV. Drees TV says, got it. I don't know what he got, but he must have been something in the comments earlier. I'm glad you got it. Good. Frankie London dropping through again. What's up, Frankie? Once again, he's saying, hey, always love your content. You're such a good teacher. I appreciate that, man. I get my teaching skills from my wifey. My wifey was a teacher for many years. She's an assistant principal now at a high school here. So, you know, I try to absorb the knowledge around me. All right, let's see. The upside of downsizing. Man, you wasn't playing, were you? He said, look, I just sent feedback to Cyberlink. Thanks for your assistance. I bet Cyberlink monitors your channel too. I don't know about that one, brother. I don't know. They might, but I don't know. I mean, they ain't never said nothing to me on none of my videos, commented or sent me a message about, hey, you said this on this video and it was wrong, or you said this on the video, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I don't know if they monitor my channel or not. I know that I have a connection with the channel. This guy named David. He is pretty freaking awesome. He's my go-to whenever I need to ask them for something. He hooks it up every single time. He's a great dude. So I had some other contacts before back in Taiwan that I used to get with, but David is closer to me. So now I just kind of stick to commenting or working with him. And I'll CC those guys from Taiwan too. But I'm more reaching out to them than they are reaching out to me. So I don't know if there's anything that they do as far as monitoring and watching my content. But I know that this is what I do know. The more people that use that rate, the FAQ and feedback, or the rate app and send feedback, the more people that do that, the more likely they are to change things to help you get the things that you want out of the program. So keep using it. So the upside and downside, they said, how do you use keyframes? So I have a video on keyframes that tells you all about them. So you can always go to that, check that out. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up for you guys, because I'm not going to get all into the rigmarole of keyframing, but I can show you where it's at. All right. So let me go ahead and share this screen real quick. All right, so this video right here, how to easily move objects with keyframes, PowerDirector mobile Android iOS app. This would be the one that you can watch to really get down to that nitty-gritty on how to use keyframes or how to move stuff around, all that stuff. There's also one here by the PowerDirector app channel, or the PowerDirector video editor channel, so you can check that one out too. Of course, I would rather you watch mine. Show me a little bit of love around here up in this piece. But if you want to watch theirs too, feel free to do that. But if you got a specific question about keyframes or something more than just how to use them, then I'll be happy to answer it. But I could get into a long, drawn-out conversation if you just a very broad question that you ask me, how to use keyframes. Well, there's a lot of different ways to use them. So how do I use them in my videos? Usually just to create camera movement. So if I'm in the mobile app, if I want to create some camera movement, I might zoom in on something and then make it look like it's moving across the screen from one subject to another. I might use it to move PNG images, rotate them, move them across the screen, stuff like that. But if you want to know specifically, well, what do you do first, second, third, fourth, this tutorial on the screen, this one, move objects, this one will help you learn how to use them. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's see. Meadow 246. Thanks, bro. You're insane. You're the GOAT. Hey, you know, I'm kind of like a Tom Brady up in here for you sports fans that like American football. I'm kind of like a Tom Brady around here. GOAT. Greatest of all times for PowerDirector Mobile. Thank you. All right. Let's see. A Red Hot Reaction says he wants user-defined profiles where you can put selected transitions and effect into a separate section to speed up production. If need more options, hit plus button. Huh. That would be nice. I mean, at the end of the day, if you go to like your media, there's like no way that you can just kind of say, hey, this is all saved up information that I want. These are all my, transitions and all that. That would be cool if they added like a favorites or something like that where you can access that information. That's kind of like they have that in the desktop version where you can add favorites and stuff like that. You can create your own templates and all of that goodness. But like I said, you got to deal with the capabilities of the device that you're using and also the program itself. So good stuff. Red Hot Reaction says, upside, I watched that keyframes video the other day. Really easy to follow with immediate results. Appreciate that that feedback, man. So it means a lot when people watch my videos and it's like, hey, this one helped me, or I'm able to do this because of you and your content. Those are important things to me. Getting that feedback in the comments really means a lot because some of you guys may not think this, but I take those comments very seriously, and I take feedback very seriously. Now, I always, I guess, take that feedback and analyze it. I don't always do what the feedback is, or always make like the tutorials that you guys want me to make, but I always consider it, and I always look at it and analyze it to see what's best for not only just that person asking, but also the whole community who watch these PowerDirector mobile tutorials. So keep that stuff in mind. Let's see. All right. Looks like I am real time. I might have been real time for a minute here, so it's all good. Let's see. Hitachi Sukla. If I didn't say that right, I apologize. Says watching your videos from India live. Bring that back up. Your video is amazing. Can you shift all your app videos from PDU channel to PDU mobile? So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about the consequences of doing so. There are consequences. So for those of you who don't know, I used to do all of the mobile videos that I do now used to actually be on my other channel. My other channel is called PowerDirector University, and that channel I only upload content for the PC. But back in the day, I had PC and mobile tutorials on that channel, and I had like 100 videos on there for mobile. Now, I kept getting feedback that, hey, I don't know if this is the mobile version, is this the desktop version, and yada yada yada. Now, I found that kind of strange, but you gotta, like I said before, listen to feedback. I found it strange because each thumbnail says mobile, or it has the version number. So I thought that people could tell the difference by reading the thumbnail. Now, obviously, some people don't, I guess, read thumbnails or whatever the case may be. So because I was getting enough feedback telling me that people were confused, I started a new channel, and that's the channel that you're watching now. It's called PDU Mobile. So when I started that new channel, one of the things that is going to help your channel start off is having a lot of videos out there. So I looked at all of the mobile videos that I had on PowerDirector University already, right? So Hitachi is asking me to move all my videos over. So I looked and I said, so which one of these videos can I move over to my new channel, PDU Mobile? So I probably moved over like 30 something videos over. But the key is that I moved over videos that I did some research on and said, okay, will people watch these videos on the new channel? Will they not watch them? If I remove this video from PowerDirector University, how many views will I lose, right? Because there were some videos, or some of those mobile videos that are on PowerDirector University right now that have like tens of thousands of views. And if you pull that video down, guess what happens to that channel? It loses tens of thousands of views in one day, just like that. So that impacts your channel. So I was very, I guess, calculated about which videos I decided to move over to the new channel and which videos I wanted to keep on PowerDirector University because of the amount of content. Now, what I did do with those videos on PowerDirector University that are actual mobile videos is I did do things like, hey, add in the comments or in the description to go to the mobile channel, add cards that say go to the mobile channel, stuff like that. Now, I don't see much value in moving those videos over to the mobile channel. As I start to create more mobile videos, then some of those videos that I created on PDU for the mobile app, I'll make the same type of videos on the PDU mobile channel. Now they're going to be competing with one another, which is the sad part. So we'll see how that goes. But some of those videos that are mobile tutorials on the other channel, I'm not willing to move them and lose all of those views, because when I move it to the new channel, it's not going to get all of those views because the new channel isn't as developed yet as the old channel is. So the old channel is going to be it pushes more content, and that's why you get more views and more subscribers and stuff on that other channel. Like PowerDirector University, I get like about 100 subscribers a day. PDU Mobile, I get like 10, right? So it's 10% of what I get on the other channel. And views, it's not even like comparable at any rate. I think like I got like 18,000 views the last 28 days on PDU Mobile, and on PowerDirector University, I get like millions of views every 28 days. So big difference based on how the channel is, and the longevity, the tenure, even the stability of the channel at that time. All right. Yeah, Frankie London said, I'm on both, and I do enjoy having the mobile channel separate. Yeah, I think I think it was a good call. I think that I wish I would have started off that way, because then I wouldn't have to worry about moving all these videos around. And I think that I might have got some, I think this channel might have even have more subscribers and more views if I would have started off just doing a separate channel for mobile. I really, truly believe that. So, you learn from your mistakes, right? Stick around, keep getting better, keep growing, keep learning. All right, Hitachi Shukla says, hey, buddy, you got this. Is it possible to do in animation in PowerDirector? Not sure what you mean by that. So I think we talked a little bit about keyframes. If you have like a PNG image of like something that you want to move across the screen, you can do that. If you're talking about create animation, like make a cartoon, no, you can't do that. If you're talking about making a video look like a cartoon with a filter or something like that, nope, not that I know of. I mean, unless I'm forgetting something, can't do that. So it depends on what you mean by in animation. So a lot of different things go through my head when you say that. Yep. We got Red Hot Reaction says, hey man, thanks for all your advice, but it's tea time in the UK and the kids need feeding. Take it easy, good brother. You too, Red Hot Reactions. Appreciate you for stopping through. Take care of the kids. Enjoy tea time. Linda Madeline, what's going on, Linda? Says, it is a valuable cross-marketing plan to leave some PDU mobile videos on PDU. That's a great point. As long as I could continue to market and get people to recognize that, hey, there's another channel out there, which I'm trying to do, like through the description and through cards. And even when people comment on those videos, if they comment on one of those mobile videos that's on the regular channel, then I always make sure to remind them, hey, if you want to see more mobile videos, this channel that you're on is for PC. I got another channel that's for mobile content, and those tutorials are on this channel, and then I put a link to it. So even when I respond to their comments, I make sure that I include the link. So that's a great point, Linda Madeline. I appreciate you for bringing that up, because cross promotion is an important way to help your channels grow. And I have also put out videos out there on PowerDirector University saying, hey, check out this new channel for mobile, and I have other channel trailers and things like that to help kind of do that cross promotion too. So great point. So Frankie London said, yeah, it's 4:48 in the UK. Yep, tea time, everybody. Time to get that food in your belly and get some tea for you. I hear my wife running around here, y'all. I don't know what she's doing. She beating up something. Wife, what you beating up out there? A bulb's out. Well, that ain't your job. That's a man's job, y'all. Oh, it's a Sensei bulb. I don't care about no Sensei. You fix that Sensei. She said it's a Sensei bulb, dummy. I said okay. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, Linda said it's just Madeline. Oh, my bad, my bad. Excuse me, Madeline. I love you, girl. Okay, so I will go ahead and make sure I remember that next time, Madeline. All right. Upside the downside, they said, thanks for sharing your knowledge and experience. I've got a roof to install. You can see me do it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, you guys, make sure that you check out these other people's channels in the comments. I mean, I wish I could just go through. As a matter of fact, let me show some love to some people around here. See what I can do. Few people that have been like really, 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 really up in these comments. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of love real quick. All right, let's show some love, show some love. All right, upside or downsizing. So like you said, check them out, roof install. You can see right here on the screen, you got a lot of stuff going down. The Bell House, racing to beat a storm. Day 23, how much does that, what did I say? How much does that metal roof cost? So if you want to know about this type of stuff, you're interested in the construction or just watching people build things and create things with their bare hands, check them out. You've been really interacting a lot in this live stream, upside or downsizing, so here you go. All right, let's get with Madeline, see what she's got going on. Here we go, Linda Madeline. So she's got, oh, we got some sound right here. Okay. So she does music and arts connection, Ryan Stone music, all of that good stuff. Check her out. Check out her channel. You see it right here, people. You got her channel name right up here at the top. So if you want to check her out, you can look her up in on YouTube, or you could just go ahead and grab this, type it in, and get right over there. All right, let's see what else we got. Frankie London's been showing me some love, so let me show him a little bit of love. See if he's got any content on his channel. Yes, sir. Here we go. Get your gaming and vlogging on. Frankie London in the building. Look, God bless the queen. You better bless her. So check out the videos here that you got. Gaming and vlogging with Frankie London in the building. So you got a lot of good stuff on here. She's got a welcome trailer, which is awesome. You always got to have a welcome trailer, in my opinion. It really helps out. She's got the GTA 5 fun. She's got GTA 5 Transform Racing. Where have I been? Guess Frankie took a bit of a break. You know, so you got all this good stuff here. You got these little filter faces going on, Snapchat. So check out the channel. Showing a lot of love on here. Thank you, Frankie London. I appreciate you. And yes, it is awesome. Who else we got? Who else? Meadow246, you was all up in the chat doing your thing. Yeah, Meadow246, you really want to know about this PC versus mobile thing, don't you? You know, I need to make some stuff just for you. Start making some content like that. Let's see what you got going on your channel, though. All right, so Meadow246 got some good stuff on here. So Text Back featuring Penzi, The End featuring Cupid Los. So got a few videos on here, a few subscribers. You know, Meadow246, thank you for all your questions and all of your contributions to this live stream. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see who else we got that was really up in here. Red Hot Reactions. Even though you left Red Hot Reactions, you know, maybe you'll see this on the playback or something. I got to show you some love too, because you was all up in the comments doing your thing. Red Hot Reactions. All right, Red Hot Reactions got his channel Got a little video here. Getting to know me. 25 questions. That's pretty dope. I like that. Let's see. I'm gonna pause this because we got a lot of sound popping through. So we got Chase HQ2, Red Hot Retro Review and Reaction, Batman trailer, 2021, Godzilla versus Kong. Ooh, I'm ready to see that. I don't know how you'll react. I'm gonna have to watch your reaction and see. You know, you must have reacted to. What is this going on over here? I'm gonna tell you. Look, Red Hot Retro Zool. So got a lot of great stuff on here. Red Hot reactions. Appreciate the love. All right, who else was hitting me up with some stuff? Hitachi Shukla. If I can't get that name right, you know, then maybe I'll be all right. Let's see what we got. See. Nope. Can't see your channel through here. Let me see. Let me fade this back. I'm not going to share this, but I'm going to look over here, see if I can get to your channel through here. Give me a second. It's not letting me get there through here either. That sucks. All right, that's life. Sorry, Hitachi. Couldn't get to you. Let's see, who else do I want to show on here real quick before I bounce? Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, I think those were some of the most engaged chatters. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to go ahead and thank all you guys for tuning in. You know, everybody wants to go to tea time and do their thing. I think that we've had a really good conversation today. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys for tuning in for this live stream. If y'all didn't know, this was the first live stream on PDU Mobile. I've done multiple live streams on PowerDirector University. And if you are subscribed to that channel too, look out for those live streams as well. I try to do live streams pretty much whenever there's an update to the program. So I'm going to start doing live streams on this channel too when they have updates to the app. So stay on the lookout for those. Make sure that you tune in, hang out with me. Talk to me, ask me questions, all of that good stuff. Maybe I'll go back on here and, you know, shout out some channels and things like that every once in a while. So make sure that you tune in for my next live stream. I appreciate you all for being part of this community, subscribing to my channel, and checking out my videos. It means the world to me. Thank you guys. I'm out.